Hi guys and welcome. So today is Sunday, August 11th. We're going to do a card together using this stamp set. Now I have it in my mind. I'm hoping I execute it okay. We'll just see how it goes. Alright. So for this card, I'm going to be using white card base. I'm also going to be using a white layer. And I'm going to be using the masking paper. Now, people are saying they're having a hard time finding it. The masking paper is on page 124 of the Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog. Remember, all images are copyright of Stampin' Up! And it's right there. Stampin' Up! Masking paper. Alright. So, we still do carry it. It took me a while to find it in the catalog, but I knew it was there because it's on the website, so I knew it was there. All right, so let's go ahead, and what we're going to do here is I'm going to trim down this layer by just 1/8 of an inch on both sides. That way it's going to be just barely, no, I'm sorry, 1/4 of an inch on each side. That way we'll have an 1/8 inch border. So we're going to do 1/4 of an inch there, 1/4 of an inch there, and then that way this will be just a smidgen smaller than our card base. All right, and then we are also going to cut out the tree from this on there. So we're going to go ahead and take out the tree, the outline. We are going to go ahead and we're going to try to center this as much as possible. So let me get here. This is our zeroing out. Can you see it up there? It's barely up there. So I know that this right here means this is the center of the card. So I'm going to go ahead and put some blue tape on there just to hold it into place. All right. All right, and we're going to run this through our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So let's go ahead and get that out here. I have plates 1 and 2, and then you need 2 of plates 3. All right, so we're going to cut that through just like that. That's on our layer. That's not on the card base. That's on our layer. So run that through. I think that's all the cutting I'm doing. So we'll put this over here on my chair again, just so it's close by if need be. Not that my countertop isn't that far over that way. So, all right, and then we're gonna peel this off. I always peel at a diagonal. For some reason, I just think that helps from keeping it getting caught on your paper. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take that piece of masking and we're going to, this is going to be a little bit, we're going to stamp first. Let's do that first. So you know when you cut out that the stamp image is always just a tiny bit smaller than the actual image itself. So we'll just make sure that this is laying down properly. We're going to make sure that this is lined up where we kind of want it. I'm going to ink it up. I'm using Mossy Meadow. Get some good color on there. And I'm going to stamp it. That's what I like about these photopolymer. I'm going to stamp it so it's right inside of that image. Okay, there you are. I got a little bit of green on there. It's not going to be that big of a deal. All right, now we are going to take our masking. I'm glad I didn't put that too far away because on our masking paper, we're also going to cut out that image. Now you could do it on one side of the masking paper and try to save some of it. I want to make sure that I'm not going to get any ink on my card. So, I hope this is symmetrical because I did it on the wrong side. It is. It's symmetrical. Phew. Very good, because see, when you peel this off, that's what you're putting down. So, let me go ahead and put that over here. Bring that back over here. Now I'm going to take my card base. I'm going to take my Masking Magic. And I'm going to place that right over where I stamped. So peel off the Masking Magic. I'm going to make sure I don't like it. Oops, I had to be careful there. There. All right. It's a little crooked there, but we'll deal with it. All right, so I have my Masking Magic ready. Now I'm going to take some, I'm going to grab my Daffodil Delight, my Pumpkin Pie, and my Highland Heather. And we're going to brush on some color. Now this is Masking Magic, so it doesn't matter if I'm going to dirty that up. That's also why I wanted to bring it all the way over the edge if I could, because I wanted to be able to cover my work surface. Let's start down here. We'll get a little bit around that so we get a little bit of a glow look going. Gonna bring in my Highland Heather. Just kind of gonna go all around. Let me get some more purple on there. There we go. And then I'm going to go right up and down the middle of that tree. Alright, so now I'm going to come back over as a final time and just do a little bit more of that Daffodil Delight. Alright, so now when I feel like I have it just the way I want it to be, I'm going to peel this off. You want to peel carefully. I always peel diagonally because I feel like you're less likely to rip your card when you do that. Now, since this is die cut out, you may not be able to save this for any other use except for that, because see how that's going to rip there? I got pretty close to that edge. So I'm going to go ahead and then just pull this up. Again, I'm still trying to go on the diagonal. That way I don't rip my card base. I'm hoping I don't have any color on my hands. All right. So there's my colors. Let me go ahead. I'll put that over here on top for now. And now I am going to go ahead and take the, I put my masking on there. I'm going to take this, I'm going to stamp it off once and do that for my leaves. Alright, so let's go ahead and get under here. Put that on there. And what I'm going to do, oh, let me get this over here so I don't lose it. Bring out that cutout because I want to stamp off once, so I might as well use it on this cutout. So I have one ready to go. Alright, so sorry, I'm trying not to get my head in there. Go like that. And then we'll come over here like that. So see, it's a very light imprint under there. Okay. Now we're going to go back to our cutout here. This is the cutout we had over, correct? So now if you don't like seeing that ink there, it is symmetrical, so you could turn it the other way too, if you wanted to. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to add more color on here. And I think I'm just going to use the remainder of the color that's on my brushes. I'm not trying to do a lot of color. I'm just trying to give a little bit, dirty up that white, if you will. Let's bring in that yellow. All right, so now the last thing I'm going to do is, let me move these off to the side, move the tree over there. Last thing I'm going to do, one last time, let me grab my gray plate, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring over platform 1 and my adapter plate, because I'm going to do some 3D embossing on this. All right, so let's go ahead. This is new in the upcoming September to December mini catalog. It is a huge 3D embossing folder. So I'm going to put it on there, but I want to kind of line it up so it looks like the lines are a little bit straight with the top of my card. There we go. I'm going to run this through. Now again, this is just plate 1 and the adapter plate. All right. All right, so there is my piece now. Can you see it? And now that, and this is why I wanted to put the color on first. Now I'm just going to very, very lightly, barely streak across that with this. So see this edge here? There's not enough space, so you're just going to very lightly just go across that. And it's not perfect. You can see I have some variations on there, but it works. It looks great. I think I'm going to end up, because I was a little off on centering that, I think I'm going to end up trimming this off just a little bit here. Let me do that real quick over here with my big guillotine cutter, because sometimes when you do that with your Stampin' Trimmer, sometimes it catches. All right, so now that looks pretty good. See, here's the other side. That would have been perfect, but didn't end up doing it that way. So let's go ahead. We're going to go there. We're going to put some dimensionals. Now, you know what might work even better than the dimensionals? Let's see if I can find them really quick. My strips. Here's some strips I have, because I think this might work better in the corners. Oh, these are the old strips. These aren't as thin. These are a lot thicker. I mean, the new ones are thin. So I don't know how old these are. These might be quite a bit older. Let me see if I can. I just rearranged this drawer, so I should be able to find them fairly quickly. Here they are. There's my Roxy. Oh, did you see what I did there? All right. Put those back down. Those are ruined. That's what happens when I just start throwing things around. All right. I'm just stripping that off because you know what? I have to open this up anyway. And who cares if this is ripped, because you gotta get them out anyway. So yeah, so these are the foam adhesive strips. Maybe they have two different sizes. Maybe that's why. Nope, they're all thin now. So I think that those that I used, now remember, I've been doing this for 25 years. So things like foam strips, because I don't do shaker cards. I'm not a shaker card person. So that's mainly what you use these foam strips for. So who knows how long I've had those foam strips around. Let's do that. And then we'll just do a strip there. We'll rip another off. Put another strip there. Put a strip there. That way it'll help keep it from falling down. Yeah, you can tell these are old because the backing wants to stay stuck. Should grab my take your pick tool. That would help. All right, let me grab this first. Burnish those a little bit, see if that helps. Because now I know these new ones will come right off. Because these are new product. All right, let's see. See if that helped with peeling it off. Nope, going to be difficult. Going to be difficult. There we go. Oh, and it was a clear backing too. Very strange. Oh my goodness. Are my lights going out? Oh, this is what you get when you don't look at your products before you start using them. There we go. And let's see. This one. All right. We're going to go ahead and go down right over that tree. Get all of those little backings out of the way. All right, so here's what we have so far. Of course, we're going to add some gems. Let's see. What gems do I want to use? Let's do our in color shimmer gems, because you know I like those. I use those a lot. So let's put a couple on there, a couple of smaller ones. I'm going to put two greens in the same area. All right, I'm not using that one. Let me go back here. See, now I feel like that's, oh my goodness. All right, I am going to put that green one on there. Even though I don't like having two of the greens in the same area, it'll make do. All right, and then for our greeting, I think you saw it when I opened it earlier. I cut out the, let me take off that masking, the May Your Days Be Merry. I embossed it with our new Wow Superfine Bright White embossing powder. Works really nice. Again, I'm going to take another one of these, not those old ones, these, and then we're just going to go ahead and put it right like that. Put that remaining piece back on there. I'm going to pull just a little bit of that off. I have a hair, I can't figure out where it is. All right. Now I moved it. There you go. Got it more towards the center. And I'm going to put it right across there. I didn't have to put it underneath. It is going to be sticky there. If you want to press it down, it is going to then kind of keep the two cards a little bit together and it'll sink in a little bit. But there you are. See what happens when I don't think. Sometimes I'll do a dry run on a project. Not enough time between Saturday and Sunday to come up with that. So this is what you get. All right, so there you are. Let me show you the two other cards I made. I have this where we use some of those die cuts. I did the ripped cardstock so you have that rough edge. Mounted these, used the iridescent faceted gems for the tops of the tree. Should have used maybe the bigger ones. And then I also ripped a piece of the blue and stamped that star image on there in our white and just let it air dry. I didn't add any of the embossing powder to it. So there's that tree. I'm sorry, that card. And then my last card, again, using that plaid embossing, 3D embossing folder. Here, this is the glimmer paper for the in colors. So all 5 of the in colors have a glimmer paper in the annual catalog. So I cut the star out using the star die. Cut it out 3 times. This is peach pie. And then I took that same grading and I cut it apart. And then I just glued it down. Then I glued that. I will put white in here so you can write on it. But there's that one. All right. So there you are, guys. There's the examples using this bundle, Decorative Trees. All right. If you would, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Share this video on your social media or with your friends. Subscribe if you haven't already. Most of all, have a great afternoon, a great Sunday, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.